Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again today. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you are doing well. So here is our Sacred Rebels guidance message for the weekend. It's Sunday, so we need a bit of soul-soothing Sacred Rebels for my sacred ones. So let's get us a message. What is the current energy? What's going on for the collective at this current time? Let's find out. Let's get a message. Okay. Thank you, Sacred Rebels. So, get a bit of a shuffle on. That was actually quite quick. Look at this. Against the grain. Yes, you are. You're going against the grain. You're doing things differently. You're doing things your way. You're doing things your way. Doing what feels right for you. Against the grain. Card 4 and card 9. So, some things are maybe being released at this time as well. Number 9, the end of a cycle is near. Okay. Oh. I also feel as though it's about setting firm boundaries as well. Okay. Interesting. Card 22. She feels. She knows. Okay. So you are having to do things differently. You do things differently because you are being truly guided. In the world, not of the world. It's like you've done the inner work. You've risen like a phoenix. You've freed yourself from judgment. You are free to love. You trust the visions you receive. Part of the reading, restore and replenish. See, in this time of rest, replenishment, see those boundaries around you. You've definitely been clocking what's around you. It's like you're moving in a different direction. You don't need to be anywhere near it. You don't follow the crowd. Not at all. So, okay, card 22. She feels she knows. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honour it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has just recently come. Gently but firmly from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are, and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You are being asked to think in long terms. You are being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. If you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural process of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situation in your current life the situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and of building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you. For it is the light that is within you, simply revealing itself more fully to you. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. Against the grain, you want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to the world. However, this can have its burdens. Deep within you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are rarely received for all that you have to offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honour that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You must never ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional, not even for appearance's sake, for you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is about so much more than conventional success. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake tub, the lake tub, the lake, or the bathtub. You must go against the grain. It is just your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst, and by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. This oracle comes with the particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep, the rainbow sheep, and even the wild wolf in the flock of sheep, the daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars. That, indeed, is you. The price you pay for the gift of your individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that it is not dulled down and conditioned into playing at being something you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed, and at most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truths to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning with your outward self, with your inner truth, not with a general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, other wild butterflies, and a typically coloured sheep to join you in conjuring better visions for our world. So, what do you feel? Beautiful dreamer. There are so many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but often others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you. Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made, just some choices that feel more heart-honouring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in that moment. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all that we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey. The choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently, going against the grain without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. So take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, and more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life, and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly well. Okay. All is going to work out perfectly. And that's all you need to know right now. Much love, everybody. That's our Sacred Rebels guidance message. No healing processes. Perhaps we'll need another tomorrow. See you soon. Bye for now.